navigating our feelings, how availability influences our perception of risk. Good morning. Imagine starting your day not just with coffee, but with a little mind-stretching curiosity. Today, I want to take you on an intriguing adventure into our minds, where feelings and facts often dance in a delicate balance. It's about why certain things scare us, even when they probably shouldn't, and how what we remember can really color our view of the world. Sounds like something out of a mystery novel, right? Well, it kind of is, and you're the detective. Imagine you just watch the news and there's a report about a plane crash. It's tragic and shocking, and naturally, it catches your attention right away. But why does this story make you suddenly feel uneasy about flying, even though flying is one of the safest ways to travel? It's all because of how our brains are wired. Our brains love for drama. Our brains have a bit of a drama addiction. They pay more attention to things that are big, bold, and emotional. When we hear about a plane crash, it's not just a news story. It's a story that's full of drama and emotion. This makes it really stick in our minds. Because it's so vivid and scary, our brain tricks us into thinking it's more common than it actually is. Seeing shadows now. Think about how this affects our everyday thinking. If you're a professional who deals with risks at work, a story like this might make you see dangers in your job that aren't really big threats. If you're a parent, hearing about rare but dramatic incidents involving children can make you overly worried about your own kids' safety. Or if you're a student or someone starting out in a career, hearing about big failures or frauds can make you doubt your own path. You might start to worry excessively about making mistakes or encountering dishonesty, even when your actual risk of these things is quite low. In simple terms, our brains are like sponges for stories that are dramatic and emotional. These stories stick with us and can make us feel like rare events are much more common than they really are. This can make us worry too much about things that are very unlikely to happen to us. Understanding this can help us calm those fears. We can remind ourselves that just because something is a big story doesn't mean it's a big risk. We can learn to balance our emotions with some logical thinking about what risks are truly likely and which ones just make for a compelling news report. So next time you hear a dramatic story and start to feel worried, take a step back and ask yourself, is this fear based on how often this actually happens, or just on how shocking the story was? This little check can help keep those unnecessary fears in check and make our decisions more grounded in reality. When emotions outweigh the facts. Here's where it gets really interesting. Did you know there's often a huge gap between what we fear and the actual risks we face? Experts look at data and see one picture. We see another, colored by vivid images and headlines. Take shark attacks, super rare but universally feared, thanks to their dramatic nature and movie portrayals. Yet, driving to the beach is statistically more dangerous. Strange, isn't it? Here's what you can do about it. So, how do we handle this quirky brain behavior? First, pause and ask, is my fear based on facts or just a few frightening stories? This simple question can be your shield against unnecessary worries. And when you hear about risks, from economic downturns to health scares, dig a little deeper. Look for the full story, not just the headlines. Equip yourself with knowledge and balance those spontaneous emotional reactions with a dose of healthy skepticism. Why this matters? Why am I sharing this with you? Because understanding this can change the way you make decisions. It can make you calmer, more confident, and yes, even happier. You'll start seeing the world not just as a series of risks and threats, but as a place brimming with opportunity and safety too. Let's embrace this day with eyes wide open to the real risks and the exaggerated ones. Let's choose to not just go through our day, but to really understand and enjoy it, knowing we're armed with the best tool there is, knowledge. Thanks for joining me on this little journey inside our minds. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay smiling. Have a fantastic day ahead, filled with clarity and courage.